Hola people, Bree Slay here, aka the Beauty Plug. Welcome to another episode of What's New Wednesday. And this Wednesday, I got something for y'all. I got three new fragrances. I'm gonna just put this all in one video because I've been holding on to them and I'm like, you know what? Let me just bring it to the people, okay? So if you want to find out about some new Dior, you want to find out about some new Valentino, you want to find out about some new Zara, a Zara dupe, then come on now, you know what to do. Okay, y'all, so welcome. Bree Slay here, aka the Beauty Plug. If this is your first time here, listen, this channel is about having a place for you to feel safe, a fit place for you to feel beautiful. I am the Beauty Plug, all that connects you to your beautiful. And if this is your first time here, listen, it's all right. You're going to come back, watch again, and then subscribe. If you are returning to my beauty, thank you for returning. And today we got some new stuff. Now listen, I am a very frequent, like, I go out and do my homework for What's New Wednesdays, okay? I go out and it just brings me joy to go find the newest perfumes that are on the market, and I decide if I want to bring it to you guys or not. And then if you guys put it in my comments, I'm like, okay, you know, let me go get this for the people. Now, my local Macy's, Neiman Marcus, and Nordstrom, they know me pretty well, and I have the vendors and the different people that calls me on the phone, and they're like, listen, Bree, we got something here for you. You may want to smell this. So shout out to Kamiko from Macy's, my local Macy's. She was like, listen, Queen of Silk is coming out in May. I want you to So I went to Bloomingdale's. Shout out to Nicole, who was like, you know, Bree, they may have that in Nordstrom. I go over to Nordstrom's. Neiman Marcus. I go over to Neiman Marcus, and Rich is there, and Rich is like, Queen, I walk by and I'm like, oh, y'all got the new Queen of Silk. I ain't even bring that to y'all because the notes sound delish, but it didn't smell delish. I feel like Creed Carmina was it. I also feel like Creed Carmina is the thing, is the one in the two. But I also feel like I've heard that Gucci has now taken over Creed and has bought Creed out. So I don't know, but you ain't hear that from me, okay? But anyway, so I get an Neiman Marcus. Rich is like, listen, I got something that you may want to try out. It's going to be on pre-sale. You can't buy it just yet, but I got something for you. And MFK, Macy's Francis Kirk DeJohn, who everyone knows has made and created this well talks about, tried to be duplicated, overly duped fragrance, Baccarat Rouge 540, Gentle Fluidity Gold. You know, he is the perfumer for the new Miss Dior Parfum. Now, I've had this perfume for, I want to say, a good 2 or 3 weeks sitting here. And I wasn't supposed to get it. It's supposed to pre-sale it and then get it. But they wound up selling it to me, okay? And so I've had it sitting here, and then as you guys may or may not know, if you've come back here frequently, I injured my hand and I fell, and then I had to have surgery. My hand is healing, guys. I still have some cuts and bruises here. I officially, today is Tuesday. I'll be posting this probably on Wednesday, I'm sure. And so I am still supposed to keep it immobilized until Friday. So I got a few more days before I could, you know, do what I do. But anyway, back to what we came here for, okay? So I have Miss Dior Parfum, and I have 2 other fragrances, okay? So we're going to do Miss Dior first. Dior. Now, I have many Dior fragrances. I have I have Blooming Bouquet. I have Miss Dior. I have 2 bottles of Miss Dior, actually. The 2017 version before it was reformulated, and then I have the other. So I don't have Absolutely Blooming, which is actually very nice. And I don't have Rock and Roses or, yeah, something like that. I don't have that one either. Now, when I heard that MFK put his stamp on this Miss Dior Parfum, I said, oh, well, then we got to smell that. So I went over, smelled it, and I was like, oh, run me that. Give me that. Okay? It was about $185, if I'm not mistaken, with tax. I got the bigger bottle. So let's talk about the notes of this. Now, Miss Dior has been very much so compared to people who like Coco Chanel Mademoiselle like Miss Dior. Now, Miss Dior Cherie came out some time ago, and a lot of people enjoyed that because it had a very heavy strawberry note. I believe it had a popcorn note in it. I'm not really sure. And so they're saying that MFK brought this to smell like the original Miss Dior Cherie. So I'm going to unbox this with you. But first, before I unbox this, let me tell you the notes. It has top notes of mandarin orange, apricot, and peach. Now, if you are new to my channel, you already know how I feel about that peach note. Peach runs a little funky on me. I don't really like peach. But when it's in the top note and it's done in a well-blended way, like it is in Valaya, which is one of my favorite fragrances, one of my signature fragrances, then peach is done right. Middle notes of wild strawberry, floral notes, and jasmine, and base notes of patchouli, amberwood, amber, moss, and atlas cedar. Okay, so it got a little bit of woodsy in there, got a little warm in there, got a little patchouli in there. And for y'all that don't know, I love oud, I love patchouli, I love lily of the valley, I love rose. Patchouli grounds a fragrance and it makes the fragrance last especially long. So hopefully that's what this is, patchouli is doing in here. Okay, so typical Miss Dior box. Okay, I'm going to, you know, it has this CD on the top, Dior on top. And shout out also to Debbie from my local Macy's who gave me the little mini to this. I purchased this, yes, from Neiman Marcus, but Debbie, since I'm always in there at my local Macy's, she gave me a little mini, which I appreciate. All right, so here we go. Okay, now look at this. First of all, this bottle is gorgeous. So it has some, I don't know if you guys can see it. It has some detailing all over the bottle, on the sides and on the bottom. It's kind of like engraved, etched. And then the front, it says Miss Dior Parfum. And then the bow, if you guys can see, has some nice little details in it. It's just gorge. Okay? So, let's see. Now, as you know, it's not an eau de parfum, it's a parfum, which means the performance is a lot longer lasting and it's just a whole vibe. Okay? So, this is an unboxing. I sprayed the sample and I smelled the sample, but ain't nothing like smelling it from the actual bottle. Okay? So, we're going to check out the atomizer, use this. Did I have two of these here? Can't be. No, it's one. Okay, we're gonna spray this. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, I've had this for some time and just did not unbox it because I sprayed the sample again once I got out and I was like, oh, I don't like this. But realizing, listen, you can't do that. You got to get the bottle and spray it. This is giving me very much so Mon Paris by YSL vibes mixed with Miss Dior. It's sophisticated. It's a younger version of, fruitier, sweeter version of Coco Mademoiselle with a strawberry note to it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spray it on me. Spray it right here. Love that atomizer. I'm going to spray it on me, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and tell you guys what my thoughts are on it, okay? So, BRB, get a snack and come on back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm not sure what Miss Dior Cherie smelled like. But from what I understand, it was like one of the best of the best. It was the original before when Miss Dior first came out. And people were very disappointed and sad when it was discontinued. Now, I don't know what in here is giving me the same vibe as a little bit of YSL Libre with the lavender in it, but I'm smelling something in here that's giving me that same vibe. I smell the strawberry. There's a sweetness to this, and I smell the amber. So I feel like this is a nice date night fragrance. It's a very mature, youthful fragrance, if that makes sense. So it has the Miss Dior DNA, but it has a more refined touch to it. So I feel like alone, I'm just going to keep it, even if I did not feel like, oh, it was that amazing, because it is very nice. It does seem like it's going to last long. I have not worn it out yet. As you can see, I just unboxed it. But anything that MFK puts his stamp on, like, he takes his time with the things that he does. So I feel like this is a fragrance that is, you at first may not feel like, oh, this smells amazing. But this seems like this is going to be that type of fragrance that you wear that you don't really pay much mind to, but you'll be complimented like crazy on it. I feel like if someone smells this on you, this is going to be a nice date night. This is going to be for a nice formal event. This is going to be for you want to be sexy and go out, take yourself on a date. You want to go out for brunch with your girls. This is very pretty girl approved. Pretty girl, pretty guy, pretty they, them approved, okay? And it's Dior, all right? So, and it's something that makes you want to keep smelling it. I don't know what that is, and I can't put my finger on it. But is it a stay or a slay? If you have any of the other Diors besides Absolutely Blooming, which I really like that I do not own, I would say that this is a slay. Okay, if you like the original Miss Dior or you don't have any Miss Dior's, then I suggest that you go and pick this up. Okay, period. That's it. And that's on MFK. All right, next fragrance. Fragrance, smelt it before it even hit the shelves, meaning like it was on pre-sale. I was like, oh, that's going to be nice for spring, because at the time it was still cold. So I was like, it doesn't make sense for me to get it now. It'll be nice for spring. And so I was gifted. I have a lot of fragrances. And so I was gifted a fragrance for, what was it for? Valentine's Day. Because the last fragrance blush I got for Christmas. So this is for Valentine's Day. But I already had Paco Rabanne Fame. So went back, got a Macy's card credit, a credit on my Macy's, credit to the Macy's, credit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use that to buy Elixir when it comes out. But I wound up finding Elixir at Nordstrom. And then I was like, okay, you know what? So I was in the store and I was like, listen, let me go in there. I don't have Chanel Chance. Utendre, believe it or not. I have every other Chanel you could think of except for that one. And so I was in there, I was contemplating whether I was going to add that to my collection, or did I want to get this new Valentino that I smelled. It's getting warmer, it's spring out. So I go in the store with Boo, with Bay, and I said, listen, which one do you like? This particular fragrance, the one that I picked up, they liked. And I'm like, okay, let me let it sit. Do I want Chance? Let me let it sit. I get to the car, back to the car, and what's that smell? Is that? Baby. We talking about Donna Born in Roma, Green Stravaganza. Okay? Green Stravaganza. All right? You know the boys and the girls was on this marketing team, okay? But anyway, so first of all, before Donna Born in Roma was all over the place and people were talking about it, been on it, been had it, okay? It came out just before COVID hit. It really didn't get popular to after because people weren't going outside. But when I tell you I love that thing, I had the old bottle that had the little thing attached to the nozzle. These new bottles have the covers on them, but I had the old bottle, okay? I'm just saying. And if I buy a fragrance more than once, guess what? You know that thing thangin'. So this, let's talk about it, okay? So let me give you the notes first and foremost, okay? This has top notes of Lamsang Sochong tea, okay? Middle notes of jasmine and base notes of vanilla. 3 simple notes. But when I tell you this thing is so pretty and so nice and so cute and so pretty girl and so beauty and so you smelling good for the summer and the spring, this is the epitome of spring right here. So I got the 100 ml, 3.4 ml with my gift card. So from the credit from the other fragrance that my boo bought. And so this is technically a gift from a boo. Okay. And so we gonna see. Okay. Now. Oh boy. Okay. So I got the big boy, the big body. First of all, love this. Like, if you are a collector of Valentino Donna's Born in Roma flankers, I have this one. I have the, I have the original. I have the intense, and I have the one in the pink bottle, which is pink something, the hot pink bottle. I have that too, okay? I even have the yellow one, Dream. I believe it's the Umo Dream for men, eyewear, okay? So I'm very familiar with this line, okay? Now, let's spray this because this is also like a first impressions. Actually, it's an unboxing. It's not a first impression. So we're going to spray this, spray the paper. I like that atomizer. I love these atomizers on here. Now, smelling this on paper does no justice because it's like, another fruity, sweet fragrance. But when I tell you I had that thing on and it was underneath the hoodie, and I kept moving, and I said, what is that? Is that the little spray that I put on my arm here? It can't be. No, ma'am. No, ma'amsicle. Okay? So we're going to spray right here. Love that atomizer. I'm going to let this sit, and I'm going to come back and let y'all know what my thoughts are. Okay, I'm back. So, following up after Miss Dior and smelling this, it's like no comparison because this Miss Dior is taking over. However, this Valentino Green Extravaganza, I feel is spring, like I said, springtime in a bottle. I particularly just like the juice. Is it a stay or a slay? I think it can go either way. It's a sway, okay? It can stay in the store or it can slay, and I'm going to tell you why. If you, Donna Born in Roma, the original, is just too heavy for you, or the intense, because that has a bourbon vanilla, and I feel like the intense especially is better for the colder months. Donna Born in Roma has a Coral Fantasy one that's also really very pretty for spring. This, you can smell the tea, you can smell the vanilla. It's very spring and summertime. Now, I can't attest to the longevity on the skin. I am an oversprayer. I have not worn this out yet, but I did wear it when I sprayed it directly from the bottle in Macy's, and it lasted and stayed on my clothes. I even got complimented by Boo, okay? All over my clothes. Like, it smelled divine. So, what I'm saying is that if you are a collector of Donna Born in Roma's things and you want to add another one to the collection, excuse me, No, it's not making me bored. It's not making me tired. I'm filming this on a late night. But if you want to add this to your collection, I think this is a nice little additional color to your collection. If you want something that's good for spring, then I suggest that you do go and check this out. If you like a lighter but sweeter and airier version, you want an airier version of this, then I suggest that you get it. Now, I will say the longevity is probably not that great. Now, if you don't have any of the Donna Born aromas and you have one, whether it's the Intense or the original, and you want to pick you up a little flanker because you want some variety, then I do suggest that you go check this out and go pick it up. It is simple, it's clean, yet sweet. It's nothing to brag home about, but it is a nice smelling fragrance that I think is worth a try. And if you don't mind spending the coin, then why not? Go ahead and add it to your collection, okay? So because this was technically gifted to me, I am definitely going to keep this. I am definitely going to wear the crap out of this through spring and summer. I may even layer it with something else. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And that's Donna Born in Roma Valentino Green Stravaganza. Next fragrance. So y'all know I'll be in the stores doing homework for y'all, right? And a lot of the times I won't buy the fragrance because I don't feel like it's that deep to do it. You know, like the new Flower Bomb, it's okay to me. It's not really giving all the things that I want to need it to give. It reminds me a little bit of Paco Rabanne Olympia mixed with something else and something else. So I also go in Zara's in my local mall and I look for new fragrances, okay? Now, Red Temptation talks about like crazy. It's supposed to be a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. I have Red Temptation Original. I have Red Temptation Winter. I have Red Temptation Summer, which is like Baccarat Rouge 540 with a little lychee in it. And so Golden Decade is also very much so talked about because it is said to be the dupe for YSL Libre, Parfum, or Intense. And I prefer Golden Decade over YSL Libre, Parfum, or Intense. And I have the EDT. I have the original. I have the, and the Intense. And I also have this other version to it. Let me just find it for you guys. Shoot. I have this version as well. Okay. I did a review on that. Check it out. So Golden Decade is said to be a dupe at Zara's for it. And I prefer Golden Decade over YSL Libre because there's something in YSL Libre that I do love, but eventually it starts bothering me. And I'm not sure if it's, wow. And I'm not sure if it's the lavender or what it is. But Golden Decade is something else. It just smells divine. So I was in Zara and I saw Golden Decade Summer. Now, I did a video on Golden Decade Elixir because they have an Elixir version that's supposed to be identical to Parfum, to the YSL Parfum. But this Golden Decade Summer, listen here. These two is dupes, okay? This gives you the DNA of YSL Libre with clean laundry and summertime and springtime and like a cotton note in here. It smells so good. This is a 2.5, I think, fluid ounce, and I believe it cost me, what, it was $39. So I'm going to spray this YSL on here. I don't even know why I cannot think of the name of what this one is called. But let's spray it. Didn't really get my card. This is more crisp and cleaner. This is clean and warmer. So if you took Golden Decade and added Warm Cotton by Clean Reserve from Sephora, that's what you would get this. You would get Golden Decade Summer. These are dupes. The YSL just smells just a smidget cleaner, just a smidget fresher. So they the same thing. So save your coin, okay? And if you want to try this, because this is good for, I believe, the summertime for YSL, besides the toilet, go ahead and get you some Golden Decade Eau de Parfum Summer. Go ahead and go pick it up. That's it, and that's all. Ain't nothing else to do to it but to do it, okay? So those are the 3 fragrances I'm bringing to y'all today on What's New Wednesday. I am going to try to edit this and get this out to you, but guys, by this Wednesday coming, which would be the 20th, but if not, you guys will get this on the following Wednesday, which is the 27th, okay? I got some healing and things to do, okay? But thank you all for your well wishes on my healing and my recovery. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for always coming to the channel and just to see and us, you know, sitting down having a little chat. Thank you if you've ever commented, shared, subscribed, whatever. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you like the video. Please make sure that you share. Please make sure that you subscribe if you have not subscribed, and make sure you turn your notification bell on. And that video on my questions, now that I have hit over 2K, I need a few more questions so I can bring to y'all. So if you guys have any questions that you guys want to know about me, or things that you're curious about, I'm going to answer anywhere from 12 to 22 questions to celebrate that I have hit 2K and have reached over 2K in subscribers. So put that down in the comment section. Also tell me what your scent of the day is. As always, stay elevated, stay humble, stay beautiful, and stay blessed.